What's good with it, Black Goose TV family? Double salute as always. It's your boy Fluence Boxing. I'm back in the building. I got some more Fluence Boxing news for the people. And on top of that, it happens to be a reaction video as well. What is this particularly about? Why should y'all be interested? Why should y'all be paying attention? Well, let me go ahead and give y'all the details. Of course, we found out, was presented with the unfortunate news yesterday that AB would not be able to make the fight against Omar Figueroa. It was supposed to happen this weekend. Y'all don't know, this weekend is supposed to be a big combat sports weekend, from UFC to boxing when it comes to the events that are happening. Unfortunately, Adrien Broner withdrawing from his potential fight this particular weekend. It dampened the mood a little bit when it comes to this, a big combat sports weekend that's coming up, but we still have some great fights to look at. But either way, the topic of conversation right now, other than that big combat sports weekend that we have coming up, is why did AB decide to pull out? Obviously, AB himself posted on IG, said it was mental health issues, while others speculated it was other things. Others said he was not disciplined, he was not prepared, it's the cop-out, he wasn't ready. Omar Figueroa Jr. himself had some very, very choice words for AB, telling him, let's see proof, we don't believe you, etc., etc. Obviously, we have, and I put up a community tab, I put up a post myself on this particular channel asking, what do you guys think so far as of now? A lot of you guys think AB is just undisciplined and he wasn't prepared for this particular fight. And that's kind of the majority of what I've been seeing as far as boxing community, how y'all think about Adrien Broner and why he pulled out. A lot of you guys don't believe it has anything to do with mental health issues. A lot of you guys don't think he's telling the truth. A lot of you guys feel like it has to do with the fact that he's just underprepared. Now, that's what I'm seeing. If I'm wrong, let me know. Drop it down below in the comments. I want to say this right off the bat. I want to applaud someone like Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia was someone who has not accomplished anything near Adrien Broner has accomplished in his career, right? And he took a break from boxing a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, but I know it was around that time frame. It hasn't been that long ago, and it was due to mental health reasons. And he still, and I saw the heel turn for Ryan Garcia coming into a villain when that specifically happened. Before, it was already kind of, they were turning the knob, like, I don't really like this guy. When it comes to hardcore boxing fans, like, I don't really like this guy. I don't really like this guy. Then he had the Luke Campbell fight. Okay, I'm kind of respecting him. He's with Canelo. I'm kind of respecting him. But then the mental health stuff came. Canelo issues came. And now people are like, Ryan Garcia, I do not like you. You're all cap. This, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of negativity when it comes to hardcore boxing fans, right? He has his own community, fan bases. A lot of people, do support him, but when it comes to hardcore boxing fans, a lot of people do not like Ryan Garcia due to that switch of the Canelo fallout, and then he had the mental health layoff, or the mental health time off to get himself together, right? And a lot of people are saying, "What? Blah blah blah." A lot of people had a lot of negative things to say to Ryan Garcia about that and the Canelo situation, but I applaud Ryan Garcia, man. And a lot of you guys might say it's biased because obviously I already told y'all, man, High Desert Boys for life. You know what I'm saying? Forever. Don't give a fuck. Victorville, Atlanta, Apple Valley. I'm always going to support my guys from the High Desert. So you guys might say I'm biased, but at the end of the day, I want to really applaud this young man, Ryan Garcia, being one of the few boxers who have came out publicly with the name that he has and actually supported Adrien Broner and stuck up for him. Because what a lot of people don't understand with Adrien Broner is, you guys can criticize him as much as you want. You can say, oh, this guy's undisciplined. He doesn't take the sport of boxing serious. It's the usual for AB. Anybody who says that, I know you're not a hardcore boxing fan. I know you don't watch the sport like that, or you pay attention to what you want to pay attention, or you're very easily swayed by the media. AB's never missed weight. And if he has, guess what? They gave him an hour and he came back and he made it. He's never been known as unprofessional. Like this weird concept of the fact that AB was a certain way outside of the ring that was kind of taboo, other than Floyd. Because at the time, what AB was doing and how he was making a name for himself and ended up being one of the highest paid non-pay-per-view stars of his era was because his antics outside the ring made people pay attention. A lot of people want to say, oh, he was getting in trouble a lot. There was a period of time before he was getting in trouble a lot where he was just pure entertainment. A lot of people watched him. A lot of people hated him, not because of him getting in trouble, because he flaunted his lifestyle and all this type of stuff, and he won fights. So this idea of him being undisciplined, not serious about the sport, that's never been AB. Dude's always showed up. Gervonta Davis has missed more weight. Has missed weight way more than AB. AB's never missed weight. He's always showed up to fights. He's never pulled out a fight last minute. So it's crazy for people to have that narrative. It tells me that you guys are so stuck in what people are saying rather than like nigga, just do your own research. And it pisses me off, to be honest with you. Like the overwhelmingly amount of people, even on my channel, who are saying AB is this and AB is that. I'm like, well, nigga, you're not a real boxing fan. You must have just gotten into this shit 2 years ago. Because for you to not understand what AB has already accomplished, how do you become a 4-weight class champion in 4 different divisions? How do you do that being undisciplined? Gervonta hasn't done that. Huh? Your favorite fighter hasn't done it. Teofimo Lopez hasn't done that. Earl Spence hasn't done that. Keith Thurman hasn't done that. Terrence Crawford hasn't done that. Gamboa hasn't done that. Only other person who's done that is someone like a Oscar De La Hoya. Like, y'all are weird to me. Anyways, I'm not going to get too much into that, but I want to applaud Ryan Garcia for going and sticking up for Adrien Broner, especially when, you know, Ryan Garcia is still hated. You feel me? And one of the people that ended up coming out and having something to say about Adrien Broner, you know, not to my surprise, it's a guy in the name of Gervonta Davis. You guys can see it right over here. We're going to get into this. Obviously, he's throwing subliminals not only at Adrien Broner, but I believe it's also directed toward Ryan Garcia. I actually think this wasn't necessarily directed toward AB. I think Gervonta saw this as a moment to take a subliminal at Ryan, because we all know Gervonta and AB have history. I don't think he would just outright say something like this subliminally to about Adrien Broner without directing it to him. But if that's the case, and he may, Gervonta's a bitch ass nigga, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say this was him getting the chance of taking a shot at Ryan Garcia. Either way, for you to try and capitalize off when one of your brothers is someone that you've shown publicly to be someone that you fuck with, when he's at his lowest, for you to put something out like this for your chance to get at somebody like Ryan Garcia, that still show you that's you a bitch ass nigga. And part of me is like, man, that's probably why Floyd keep you around that AB. Because if there's one thing I do know, okay, I don't know this, but on the outside looking at AB, you can tell he's real. He lives in reality. He ain't about none of that bullshit, because he just can't be. That's not a good thing business-wise. No, when you're trying to make that amount of money, that ends up making you lose money, as you see. But you can tell he's a real solid dude, in my personal opinion. Like, Gervonta, something about that dad, man. Something about that guy where I'm like, man, he is. Anyways, I'm going to leave that alone. But let's go ahead, get into this reaction video. That's why y'all here, man. I already talked y'all ears off. I know a lot of y'all not here. Like, man, it's supposed to be a reaction video. Flu, like, come on, let's get into it. But we're going to get into what Gervonta Davis had to say. We're going to try and find out if this is subliminal to Ryan Garcia, or is he really directing this to Adrien Broner, which, honestly, Gervonta, shut the fuck up. You have not nowhere near accomplished anything Adrien Broner has. So for someone like you to feel like you got something to say is wild. But anyways, we're going to get into this joint. We're going to break it down. We're going to see what's going on. Make sure you guys go ahead, like the video, comment on this motherfucker, subscribe to the channel, man. Road to 5K before the end of the year. You already know what type of time we on, notification gang, all that good stuff. But let's see, man. I can't wait to see how Ryan Garcia defends AB, because I respect that young man for doing it. And let's find out if, you know, Gervonta Davis just talking out his ass as usual. Because come on, man. Gervonta Davis is one of them guys, like, I love his fighting ability, but shut the fuck up. You say a lot of stupid shit. So he said boxers got to stop using mental health shit to get out of stuff. Your ass is just a bitch. Now, look, see, I knew it. He's using, so I'm like, Gervonta, do you know this speaks volumes to your characters? You're deciding to take a moment when Adrien Broner is at his lowest, your dog, that you're literally saying that's, I'm not talking about Adrien because it was that with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. I'm not talking about Adrien Broner, but he's using that as subliminal go at Ryan Garcia, because a lot of you guys don't know, which I'll drop a video for that too. Ryan Garcia was one of the first boxers to come out and defend Adrien Broner. So I think this is Gervonta Davis' response to Ryan Garcia defending Adrien Broner, and then Ryan Garcia's response to Gervonta. But it's like, how can you say that in the beginning knowing that your dog, your boy, your brother just said he's pulling out because of mental health, and then say that shit is bitch shit, then be like, wait, I'm not talking about Adrien Broner though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about Adrien Broner. That's like me being like, look, any nigga at 147 who lost to Manny Pacquiao is trash. But I'm not talking about my favorite fighter, Keith Thurman. I'm not talking about my favorite fighter, Keith Thurman. That's what I'm talking about. He's with the shits. I'm talking about somebody else. Like, what? Anyways, he said, I'm not talking about Adrien because it was that with him. That's what I say. You can't talk about someone who's a 4-division weight class champion. Like, come on, bro. But it wasn't with him. So let me go back. Let me read that over there. He meant to say wasn't. I'm not talking about Adrien because it wasn't that with him. Okay. So what are you talking about, man? Why subliminals? So Ryan Garcia said, Tank, we can go back and forth about what happens in the ring all day, but taking a shot at someone's mental health is out of line. I hope that you deleting your tweet is part of your journey to support your fellow boxers working on their mental health. Interested. So he ended up deleting the tweet, apparently. I don't know if that's factual, but he ended up deleting it. And I wonder how long after did he say, I'm not talking about Adrien Broner? Did he tweet that before the initial tweet? Because maybe he tweeted that, then he got a lot of backlash saying, how you going to talk about your brother like that? And Adrien Broner, he going through something. Then he ended up saying, oh, I'm not talking about AB. I'm talking about da-da-da-da. Gervonta ended up responding, we just built different. We come from two different places, and I want to show it. You know how I'll fight my mental health by putting the pain on you. That was in response to, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. And that was Gervonta Davis responding to Ryan Garcia saying, be honest about mental health is strength. Educate yourself and don't bring that hate to our beautiful sport. Now go tell your team to make our fight so you can feel the power of the truth. Okay. And then Ryan Garcia responds after Gervonta Davis responded to him. Let me just reread that because I want everything to be in order for you guys. Basically, Gervonta Davis responded to Ryan Garcia saying, we built different. We come from two different places. I'm going to show it. You know how I'll fight my mental health by putting the pain on you. All right. Then Ryan Garcia responded to that. I understand. I know what you were saying, but sometimes you need to see things to evolve. You'll see. As far as the fight, let's get it done so I can whoop you. About the smoke, man. I love it. About the smoke. I don't love the fact that this is all coming off the piggyback.
I feel though, if you really got mental health, then it's okay. That I'm saying, but if you just claiming mental health and it's not really mental health, that's fucked up. Because there's really people out here that really got mental health, that's really like that need help. You feel me? So
I think it's legit. I think it's legit. It's legit.
It's legit? Yeah, okay. Well, then it's real. Because, you know what I mean? I don't even want to say the name, but it's somebody close to me that had mental health and it's not good. And sometimes, like me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a strong type of person. So even if I feel like doubt, you know what I mean? If I have like a little like battle with myself, I somehow like know how to overcome it. You know what I mean? Because
that was interesting. So that was an older interview. They were talking about when Ryan Garcia initially announced that he had to be out. So it's probably like about close to a year old, or maybe a little bit less, but older interview. And he was asking him about Ryan Garcia, and he was saying if it's not really mental health, blah blah blah. And then Ali basically said, I do think it's mental health, but it was interesting that he said in that interview, he said, I actually have somebody I know close to me that deals with that. I wonder if he was talking about AB. I wonder if that time he was talking about AB, because as you can see later, fast forward, AB had to, withdraw because of mental health. He puts that tweet out, but then after he clarifies, he said, it's not AB. I'm not talking about him because it was never like that. It wasn't like that when it came to him. So he was basically clarifying, saying he never made mental health the reason why he couldn't succeed. It almost seemed like he was saying AB always dealt with mental health problems, but found a way to overcome and be the best he could. And now he's at the point where it's just like, yo, I got to deal with this. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think about this, man? Put your detective hats on, you know what I'm saying? Decipher the shit, you know what I'm saying? Analytical side of the game. Let me know what you guys think about this particular video. I think it's pretty heavy, man. We got a lot of things going on when it comes to the boxing world, man. And seeing one of my favorite fighters, AB, deal with what he does, I'm in full support of the guy, man. I hope you're good, because I still believe you can come back and do some great things. But what do you guys think about it? You know what I'm saying? Drop your opinions below. Hit the comment section. Like the video. Subscribe. Road to 5K. Show some love, man. On the social nigga side of the game, I'll be back, but with more boxing. Stay blessed, not stressed. Much love to the people. Keep supporting the channel.